What in the hell is going on? This is... We live in an insane world. My God.
Dana Bill, thank you. Good morning. Stock cold. FBI Director Kash Patel used those words to describe the quick-thinking action of agents and other law enforcement to prevent a planned attack on a White House event. This is the Faulkner Focus. Good morning. I'm John Roberts in for Harris. D.C. officials told Fox News that the UFC Freedom 250 event in D.C. this past weekend was the target of a two-wave terror plot. The FBI arrested multiple people across several states, including 2 from California, charged with conspiracy to commit murder. About 85,000 tickets were made available for fans to watch the event at the 52-acre Ellipse Park just south of the White House. Here's Vice President J.D. Vance earlier on Fox.
This is very, very dark stuff. This is what happens when people turn the rhetoric up so loud that disagreeing with somebody is a cause for violence. That's the place that we've come to, unfortunately. I think a lot of my Democratic colleagues in Washington have got to look themselves in the mirror and say, why is so much of this political violence coming from our side of the spectrum? Maybe they can do something different.
Justice correspondent David Spott following the story. He's here with us in Washington. Good morning, David.
John, good morning to you. We're thankful that this did not turn into an actual plot. Those 2 men, as you mentioned, who were arrested in California and are being charged with conspiracy to commit murder, they appeared in federal court in California yesterday. A teenager is facing charges in Ohio. John, around 4,300 people were in attendance for UFC 250, including 1,200 service members. Investigators tell Fox the alleged...
Including the tribal chief.
plan was to use an explosive-laden drones to hit buildings near the event, which could force a mass evacuation and steer crowds towards a pre-staged sniper team. A, quote, second wave was allegedly planning to storm the White House. One suspect allegedly told investigators the goal was to target, quote, capitalist elites or billionaires or politicians who received donations from the American-Israeli Public Affairs Committee, known as AIPAC. Now, in Ohio, a 19-year-old named Tyson Proper, according to multiple sources, was taken into custody. Authorities say that he allegedly spent $3,000 of his graduation money to purchase ammunition, guns, and magazines for the alleged attack. In California, 2 men, Brian Roa and Michael Allen Thomas, were arrested and, as I mentioned, appeared in court yesterday. Authorities have 23 people on the list as part of a potential network of alleged plotters, and there is more. Investigators uncovered encrypted chats on cell phones where people allegedly discussed attacking the UFC event, and one of the people in the chat identified some 23 users discussing what's called pre-operational activity, and some, John, allegedly planned to travel to Fredericksburg, Virginia, just south of Washington, D.C., a day or 2 before the fight to prepare for the alleged attack. As we go on throughout the day, more of these court documents are going to be unsealed. We're told that we will find out more about the names and the people behind this alleged plot that, as I said when I joined you, thankful never materialized. John.
Yeah, thankfully this thing got rolled up before it got put into play. David Spunk, get back to us if you get any more. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Nicole
John.
Parker, former FBI special agent.
Hey, I got a question. The dude on the right, is that the guy that got into the argument with the other guy? You know, I'm talking about the clip that was going viral for a while. They were arguing about who's in charge and how he used to be his boss. And
Fox News contributor joins us now. I guess it's pretty clear, Nicole, that every time President Trump hosts some kind of an event, it's going to be a potential target.
You're exactly right, John, and this was no different. And thank goodness for the FBI, the Secret Service, and all of local law enforcement that assisted in this daunting task. I think what's important to know is that events of this magnitude is not expected. Law enforcement is on edge. The intel community is on edge, and they are looking for those tips to come in. And in this particular incident, my understanding is that a relative heard a family member speaking about their desire to carry out nefarious acts in Washington, D.C., and they reported that to law enforcement. So we say over and over, if you see something, say something. In this instance, they did say something, and because of the FBI, the Secret Service under the Trump administration, and local law enforcement, they acted on it swiftly. The FBI and law enforcement learned of it on June 10th. The event was on June 14th. Allegedly, again, people had planned to go to Fredericksburg, Virginia to do pre-planning, and there was extensive planning that went into this, I believe. But again, if you see something, it is your responsibility to speak up.
Yeah, 2 waves of attack. And It's really planning.
Because we cannot have this types of incidents terrorizing our country. UFC 250
dedicated to the cause. You got to be to spend all your graduation money on ammo and guns for that. Like, did he plan on returning? I assume not.
An iconic event. The targeting of the location was no coincidence. It was at the White House, honoring our country's 250th birthday. Like they said, billionaires were allegedly, of interest. I know Mark Zuckerberg was present. Capitalism was at the top of the list. That's things that these people that want to terrorize our country, they hate and despise, and they want to do anything they can to create chaos, destruction, evil, and murder.
Now, let's not forget, too, that 4,300 people were actually at the event at the White House, on the White House grounds, but there were tens of thousands more who were watching that party at the Ellipse as well. So the idea of a target-rich environment is just off the charts here. Here's what the Secret Service said. They said,
Bunch of people really got hurt or killed.
It's safeguarding the president and every person under Secret Service protection. In the days leading up to this weekend, our special agents, mission support personnel, and technical security teams worked around the clock to identify those responsible and hold them accountable. As you point out, this plot was uncovered on June the 10th. That's just 4 days before this event took place. Can you imagine if it had gone missed?
Well, again, the plot was quite extensive, in my opinion. They had planned to first use, drones with explosives to attack nearby buildings in the vicinity, and then they knew that would cause a mass evacuation, and then they were going to do the sniper act and probably target as many people as they could in the mass chaos of evacuation, and then they planned to storm the actual White House gates. And so the signal chat with 23 individuals. Let's see what happens. I wouldn't be shocked, John, if there were several more arrests that come into this conspiracy. Court records will be unveiled. We will get more information, and there is no end to this. FBI, Secret Service, they will continue to do a full investigation. Department of Justice will make sure that justice is brought to anyone that tries to inflict pain on those who are literally celebrating the freedom of America and our 250th birthday.
Yeah, well, 5 people in custody so far, 23 apparently, if not more, involved in this plot, so I would expect that more arrests are yet.
Got a lot more to get.
Nicole Parker for us this morning. Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate it.
Be sure to like.
Feel better if he said 15. At least he had most of them, you know what I mean? But 5 is a start. Good Lord, man. Imagine if they had carried it through. Wait for more details for this to come through. My God. Post a comment down below. Let me know if you know more about the situation. Almost becoming numb to this stuff. It's like again.